Instagram versus reality. Pasta again. Why does someone not know how to flush the toilet after they've done a shite? How you going?
Yeah, you know how it is. Just working on the toilet.
So I don't deal in absolutes, so I won't say never, but Elena and I pretty much don't drink whilst we're sailing. A full 50% of incidences on the water can be attributed to drugs or alcohol, and it's just dumb. It just really is.
We see so many idyllic photos and set up videos of what sailing apparently looks like. We're certainly guilty of it to a degree.
Nah, not anymore. We're not. I think we do a good job there.
We do a pretty good job, but we could be better at showing the real low lows. But, you know, you don't want to film that stuff.
There is so much that goes into just one small sail.
From checking the tides, the weather, sail plans, the wind changing direction, looking after kids, cooking. The list goes on.
Just having a boat that works, that's virtually mission impossible.
Yeah, so I guess in this episode we wanted to show you what really goes into a sail, getting from A to B. We will. What's the deal this morning?
We're going to motor across the bank and we're going to make some water and replace the power in the batteries that we lost last night. And when we get here, which will take another 40 minutes, the wind which is behind us, we need to go north by 40 degrees, which means that the wind which was at 180 degrees behind us will now be at 140, even 130, 120, which is perfect. So we'll be covering a lot of ground very quickly, which is really, really good. Been waiting for this day.
Chocolate? Did you just find some chocolate?
I just found some big chocolate.
Really?
I was in the biggest box.
Really? Wow, that's so lucky.
Yeah, and then we just did Hopies.
Lenny, do you know we're going to Hopetown? That's where Charlie and I were.
Yeah.
Desperate times.
So for those of you who might be new, this is Emmy. She's been crewing on board for a while now and she's been amazing. David's gone at the moment, so yeah, it's just us three adults. And the two children, Darwin is asleep down there, so Emmy's just been peeking her head down the hatch. Lenny is watching cartoons at the moment. Welcome to the Starboard Aft Cabin. I'm just jumping in here to share something with you guys. Riley and I recently found out that the #1 health issue on boats around the world is actually people suffering from mental health issues. We have certainly felt that ourselves, and I'm really proud to say that Riley and I have both been seeing a therapist for a year now. I wanted to thank today's sponsor, which is BetterHelp. BetterHelp stood out to us because of how convenient it was. We could schedule in a call at any time, anywhere, and chat to a professional therapist from the comfort of our own boat. Online therapy is honestly a godsend, and so far I've been working through some issues with anxiety. You guys know I've suffered with anxiety in the past, how to manage the feelings of isolation that we get out here. There's actually more than 20,000 experienced therapists on BetterHelp, so it was no trouble finding someone that I vibe with. You just have to fill out an easy questionnaire to help assess your needs, and based upon that, you're matched with a therapist in under 48 hours. But you can always request a new therapist at any time, free of charge. All of our video and phone sessions are completely confidential. If you've been feeling anxious or depressed or just overwhelmed, please look after yourself. You can get 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/sailing. That's betterhelp.com/sailing. It's actually more affordable than traditional therapy, and financial aid is also available. Thanks, guys. What has happened, babe?
Oh, we just overtook that Beneteau. They were really happy, so it was great. The guy came on the radio and goes, I've always wanted to see that up close and personal, so thank you. He knew who we were. It was really funny.
I guess we would be guilty of it to a certain extent, of showing their Instagram stuff. So there's a dilemma. Let me in on one of the problems that I have as a, creator, influencer, whatever. We can't show the worst of the worst. We shouldn't. A really raw, horrible example. You don't want to see us on the toilet. We can all agree that there are some things that you just shouldn't see.
You will see me editing on the toilet though.
Yeah. There's definitely some things that just aren't for YouTube. It's automatically then skewed. And then how far it's skewed depends on what you're watching, what Elena and I want to do. We try really hard to portray this life as it is. If something's incredibly, incredibly good, we're going to show that. If something's incredibly, incredibly... imagine your worst day as a couple together. You're not going to show that. It's too hard. It's too traumatic.
We've gotten better at that, when things have gone terribly or I'm crying. We're still not the best at it, but we try.
Yeah.
Did someone wake up? Yeah. Did someone wake up happy? I did get Darwin back to sleep. And I rushed outside because I heard Riley rolling in the Code D, but he'd already done it. So we're here. We're coming up to our anchorage now. And gonna go for a swim. Water looks beautiful today. Look at this.
Wow.
Little shark.
Yeah. Little scaredy cat.
It's really days like these that make it all worth it. Smooth sailing with a weather forecast that was 100% accurate, happy kids, minimal amounts of extra work, and then enjoying a sunset on the beach with the whole fam. Tomorrow, we might not be so lucky, and we're going to take you through a full day of exactly what goes into just a sail.
Darwin's snatching. Lenny's getting grumpy. Move to the starboard side window.
Lenny, it's supper time, okay?
So it's pretty funny, these two people came down the beach and the girl goes, they'd been drinking. And they're on a boat over here. And the girl goes to Elena, oh, we're just coming down this end of the beach. And we're all like, okay, yeah,
To check out the scenery,
no worries, to check out the scenery. And then the husband, after a little bit, goes, oh, Riley. Oh, hey, mate. We were just like, oh.
Bless. So cute.
Just come and say hi.
Yeah.
Just
you
say
don't need
you're
to try
a
to be
fan.
discreet.
What are you working on?
Episodes. I'm actually just writing subtitles right now. For when wind don't make a sound? Or for when there's wind noises mostly? Our first couple of videos we ever edited, like, they're terrible. Please go back and watch them if you haven't already. But the wind noise, that didn't even cross my mind. I was like, yeah, who cares?
Wind has been bucketing down.
You can't hear a single thing.
Sounds like we're in the North Pole.
Now we've got big road mics, which is so nice, but sometimes it's too windy. Like this weather lately, it's still hard to hear. My work is done for the day. I'm about to climb into bed with Darwin. Lenny and Riley are nearly asleep. Riley's listening to a podcast and looking at videos of the Rapido, I think. He's so excited about the new trimaran. We're getting so close now to having her look like a boat, all put together in the factory and flying over there pretty soon. Okay, I'm going to bed.
Yeah, now hold on to.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Can you wave goodbye to Mama? Can you clap?
There's a huge barracuda under there. I hate barracuda. That was a monster. Yeah, that's terrifying. But it's so nice with the rain. What's happened?
It just started bucketing down.
Big cloud too.
Big squall.
No excuses.
So I've just pulled up anchor. Today's particular problems are there's a massive squall behind us, and there was one just before. And it's not a straight run. There's a shallow bank over here, there's some reef over there, there's some islands here. So we've sort of got to do this whilst the wind is going to be going, as that comes closer, the wind is going to go from there where it just was to here, to here, to here, to here. That's what happened with the last squall. And it'll go from 9 knots to 18, 20, which is what we had just before. I mean, these are really challenging conditions for sailing, where we've just picked up anchor. But we would be going with the head sail and we'd be doing 2 knots, and you're not going anywhere then. And then this is what we did out from the Galapagos, Elena. Then we throw all the sail up and we get hit with 20 knots, we drop all the sail. And then
up, down, in, out.
Yeah, and we did that for, I know I had food poisoning.
Yeah.
So you and Dad did all of that.
Yeah. Usually we would hoist the main in the protection of our anchorage. It's just a lot easier. But because of this squall, we're not going to hoist the sails just yet. I can see other boats around motoring. We're all doing the same right now. We don't want to throw it all up and take it down, throw it up and take it down. So we're going to wait till we get our wind back and then see what the go is, and we're motoring in the meantime.
What's the big idea?
What are you making, Lenny?
It's pineapple so we can make cakes.
Okay.
This guy just came out of the squall line ahead and banked to his starboard. I've got my AIS on silent, which is fine. The visibility's fine, but just for the kids' safety and so not too many people come to the boat, I've got a button down there and I flick it on silent. I very rarely have it on telling our position, except for nighttime passages. You can imagine why.
I feel really bad.
No, you don't. Why are you grinning?
Riley's taking one for the team. He's soaking wet, and I believe he's about to pull out the head sail because we have some wind. And I'm just navigating from inside. This is our backup navigation. We have the boating app on our iPhones, and we tee that up with what's on our B&G because they can be slightly different. Anyway, I'm just looking at this one, and we're going through a very narrow channel at the moment.
Gentlemen do not sail in these conditions. Hell.
When we kicked off this episode, it was blue skies and sunshine. Move forward a mere 24 hours and we were greeted with this. Something of a fitting contrast for an episode which is all about showing that there's two sides to every story. The dichotomy.
I had to change. This jacket masquerades as a waterproof jacket, but I get drenched in proper rain. I need the good gear.
What are you doing in there? Oh, I don't want you near the electrical stuff.
Hey, what are you doing? You're doing some cleaning. How'd you get? Spring cleaning today. We're going to do a heap of laundry and clean all the deep dark corners.
Like the food storage.
Depending on the anchorage, we will either like drive around to get a feel for the bottom. A place like this where there's weed and then sand, it's hard to tell. And there's also a hurricane here too, so we don't know like if some of this is debris or you don't know. So we're just driving over to have a look at the grounds and then we'll find a nice sandy patch to anchor in and drop the anchor.
We don't want to anchor in anything less than 2.5, which will give us 1.5, which will give us 40 centimetres clearance.
Because we have a 1 metre draft.
1.1.
And sometimes you move spots. We're getting a mooring ball.
Alrighty.
Some impressive manoeuvre
We're moving again.
from Elena.
I fell in the water.
Yeah.
Anyway, Elena gets very embarrassed and there were people filming and then some other boats came over to help and it was
Oh yeah, I died.
reality.
All I heard was a splash and I was
Instagram,
like,
Instagram versus reality.
you're kidding me.
Happens to the best of us.
There's like hundreds of boats around here. Somehow, without even trying to. Yesterday was that Insta day, and today ended up being beyond a reality day, including stormy weather and fluky winds, deciding to move spots after anchoring because the wind direction that was forecast was incorrect, and it was no longer protected and we were super uncomfortable on board. Riley fell in the water, putting the mooring ball on, then he had to jump on someone else's powerboat to help save them as they'd run over their own mooring ball and got the line stuck in their prop. See you, Amy, have fun. Whoa, I just caught the laundry on my knees.
We got the boat to ourselves and we're being so weird. Mama and Dad are just at the shop. And so I'm hanging out with baby Darwin because he was sleeping and he's woken up in the best mood.
Sadly, this is the last of the beautiful Emmy that you guys are going to see for now. So you're going to Cayman tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm going home.
Although we're so excited that Ellie is officially taking over full time, we're going to miss our dearest Im.
Maybe there'll be adventures in the future.
I hope so.
So don't grow boys. They literally grow overnight. It's mad.
Well, thanks for your help. You've been amazing. Oh, hang on. Get away from the edge. I was just being all emotional with Emmy. Thank you.
Come.
Massive big dive.
That's when Ellie gets the hugs from.
Why does somebody know Lenny's laughing at me?